Good morning, children. In the last class, we have seen about the life of the plant. Today, we are move on to the unit 5, living world of animals. So, in this lesson, we are going to see about the animals, how they are suited to the environment and the habitat where they are living. All this we are going to see in this class. Before that, biodiversity. In the world comprises of many plants and animals. The plants and animals are differ from each other. Differ, that is also included under diversity. The plants are and animals are differ from each other. They have certain unique character. Unique means special character. Each plant and animal have unique character and they differ from each other. So, biodiversity is defined as variety of plants and animals are there, and then variability of living organism and their habitat. Habitat means the place where they are living. So, biodiversity is included variety and variability of living organism and their habitat. It also includes the ecosystem. What do you mean by ecosystem? So, under ecosystem, all are related to each other. Here, the ecosystem include desert. In the desert also the ecosystem found. Forest, lake, mountain, river, grassland. So, in these places we can find the ecosystem. So, when we take about pond ecosystem, usually the ecosystem comprises the producer. Producers are nothing but which one produces the food. Which one produces the food? The plants. The plants are always known as the producers. And then consumer. One who takes the food is known as consumer, animal and human being. So, they are included under consumer. And then decomposer. So, decomposers are microorganisms. They are considered to be microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, etc. Virus, bacteria, fungi, etc. So, when we take about the ecosystem, and under this we are going to see about pond ecosystem, how the animals and organisms are related each other. First one about producer and then consumer, then decomposer. These form the basic for the ecosystem. When we take about the pond, the producers are the phytoplankton, a small plant which is present in the pond, and then algae, lotus. We can find these plants in the pond. So, what they are doing? They are producing the food by the process called photosynthesis. Okay. So, the producers form the main part in the ecosystem. After that, these small plants are eaten up by the smaller organism like small fishes, worms which are present in the pond. So, the plant which are taken up by the small fishes and the worms form the consumer. They are consuming the food which the plant is preparing. After that, this in turn is eaten up by the large fishes. They become secondary consumer. The primary consumers are smaller fishes and then large fishes form the secondary consumer. After their death, these fishes are decomposed by the bacteria. So, there is a chain of reaction that is taking place in these animals. So that is called as ecosystem. So the producer, consumer, decomposer, small plants, and then it is taken by the smaller fishes, plants which is taken by the smaller fishes, which in turn is eaten up by the large fishes. After their death of the, not only the other animals which are found in the sea, after their death it is decomposed by and make them into a useful fertilizer. This in turn is taken up by the plants. So there is a chain of reaction that is taking place in these organisms. This forms the biodiversity. So biodiversity is nothing but variety of organisms which are interrelated to each other. So each organism is related to each other. So not only in pond, in all the almost grassland, and then the desert, forest, we can find such a type of interrelation in the diversity. Next we move on to the habitat, the place where they are living. Habitat means the place where the animals or plant are living, that forms the habitat. For example, if we take fishes, where they are living in pond, river, water, etc. Isn't it? So they are called as aquatic organism. As they are found in water, they form the aquatic organism. When we take about elephant and other animals, where they are living, they are finding the place in the land. So they are known as terrestrial animals. So when we take about the geographical feature, it may differ, the geographical feature and the environmental condition. Geographical feature, environmental condition. Differ from place to place. The geographical feature and the environmental condition differ from place to place. What the animals are doing? They are adopting some special features in order to live and then reproduce. In order to take their life, they are adapting the situation. For example, camel. If we take camel, the camel can live everywhere, isn't it? But it live comfortably only in the desert. So for that they say they have some special adaptation to live in the desert, because in desert very less water is found, only sandy region is there. So they can adopt some special features. And then the polar bear and penguin, they are adapted to the snow region, snow covered region. So these plants, they are adopting some special features in order to live comfortably. So that is known as adaptation. So the animals like fishes and then elephant and the camel, polar bear, they are adopting some special features to live on the condition, and then the geographical and the environmental condition. According to the condition, they are taking they have some special features. This is known as adaptation. So when we take about the biodiversity, the variety and variability of the organism and the habitat in which they are living is known as biodiversity, and the habitat include the place where they are living. Next we move on to the organism, that is unicellular and multicellular organism. The unicellular organism consists of single cell. All the living organisms are made up of their basic unit called cell. Cell form the basic unit for all the organism, whether it is human being or animal or plant. Their basic material is the cell, which consists of the cell wall and also the organelles which are present inside them, DNA, RNA, and then nucleic acid, endoplasmic reticulum, all nucleolus, everything is present inside the cell. Cell form the basic unit, but it is microscopic unit. We can find only cell with the help of this microscope. Cell is the microscopic organism which form the basic unit. When we take about unicellular organism, they are made up of single cell. Only one cell is there to perform their activities. All the respiration, digestion, locomotion. See, all the activities are done with the help of this single cell. So, they are called as unicellular. Uni means single cell. As their body is made up of single cell, they are called as unicellular. And they are becoming the lower organism. They are considered as the lower graded organism because in them only one cell is present. And with the help of the organelle, we have to say the organs which are present in them is organelle. It is not the organ. The organelles are present in them, perform all the activities. So they may be found in the water. So among this we are going to see about amoeba. Amoeba is considered to be the single cell organism. It may occupy any shape. So in them there is a vacuole present. Vacuole is nothing but air chamber. Two types of vacuoles are present in amoeba. One is food vacuole. Another one is contractile vacuole. And then this is known as pseudopodia. So this type of animal is found only in water. They are belonging to unicellular animal, unicellular organism. Then so the food is, they can take up the food from the water and then they swallow it with the help of food vacuole. With the help of food vacuole, the food enters into the body of amoeba and then it is digested and excreted. Excreted means the waste is removed. The waste product from the body is removed with the help of contractile vacuole. So the food vacuole help the amoeba to take in the food from the water and then contractile vacuole help them to get excreted, and then with the help of the pores, small chambers, small pores, they respire. They are taking in the oxygen which is present in the water and then removing carbon dioxide. So with the help of the small chambers they are respiring, and then with the help of pseudopodia. What do you mean by pseudopodia? Pseudopodia is nothing but false foot. Pseudo means false. False foot. They are helping for locomotion. The false foot which are present around the body helpful for the amoeba to move here and there. So this is about the structure of amoeba. Amoeba is belonging to unicellular organism. Unicellular, uni means single celled organism, and then it comprises of the foot vacuole, the body, we have to say them as organelle. The organelles are, what are the organelles present inside the amoeba are foot vacuole. With the help of this foot vacuole, from the water they are taking the food, they are engulfing the food, and then that is excreted, the food after digestion. The food, it is excreted through contractile vacuole. With the help of pseudopodia, this amoeba move from one place to another, and then they also respire through their skin, that is also known as skin. So through their body structure they are respiring. Thus all the activities are done only with the help of the single cell. So it belongs to unicellular organism. And then when we take about Euglena, this is also one of the single celled organism. In them the cilia are present all over the body. Like the pseudopodia, like the false leg, they are having cilia around their body. This cilia help them to move here and there. This is the structure of Euglena. So, and then paramecium. The paramecium consists of the cilia all over the body. With the help of the movement of the cilia, the paramecium can move here and there. The Euglena consists of flagella. So these are the locomotory organs. Cilia, flagella, pseudopodia are considered to be locomotory. Locomotion means movement. Locomotory organs. Pseudopodia, cilia, and then flagella. These are considered to be the locomotory organs. When we move on to multicellular organism, the multicellular organism consists of many cells. Instead of single cell, they consist of many cells. When we take about our human body, it consists of, we consist of organ, many organ and organ system. There are special organ and organ system to perform all the activities. So that is considered to be multicellular. Multi means many. Unicellular means single. So with the help of these organ and organ system, the multicellular organism are able to perform their activities. Example, human being. Frog, other kind of almost all the animals coming under this multicellular organism. In them many organ and organ system are present. Many cells are present in each organ and organ system. They perform all the activities. Okay. Next we move on to the difference between the unicellular and multicellular organism. What are the differences? Unicellular and multicellular. When we take about unicellular, their body is made up of single cell. With the help of the single cell, they are performing all their activities. But multicellular consists of many cells. Here it is single cell and then multi-cell. Many cells are present. Then the single cell can perform all the activity, but many cells, they are divided. Each and there is a division of labor. Division of labor is seen in these multicellular organism. Each organ perform different function. For example, if we take digestive system of human being, what is their main function? To digest the food material what we are taking. Respiratory, lungs are helping for the respiration. Like that, there is a division of labor which is seen in multicellular organism. And then we can see the unicellular organism only with the help of microscope. Through the microscope only we can see the unicellular organism, but multicellular organism can be seen through naked eye. With our eyes we can see the multicellular organism, but with the help of microscope only we are able to see the unicellular organism. The tissue and then cell, organ system, everything is absent in organ system or absent in unicellular organism. Instead they consist organelle, but all this tissue, organ system, everything is present in presence of organ system, organ and organ system is there in multicellular organism. So single cell is present in unicellular organism, many cells are present in multicellular. We can see only through the microscope. The unicellular organism can be seen only through the microscope, but through our naked eye we can see the multicellular organism. The single cell can perform all the activities, but here many cells are there, and so the division of labor occur in multicellular organism. The tissue, organ and organ system are absent in unicellular organism, but they are present. With the help of these only, these multicellular organism are performing their activity. And then when we take about the growth occurs by enlargement of the cell. If there is a body of amoeba, mean if the cell enlarge, how the growth takes place mean by the help of the enlargement of the cell. The pseudopodia, they cut off from the cell, and then this amoeba become enlarged in their size. All the cells become divided into two. So each organism will develop into single cell. So thus the growth takes place by the enlargement of the body or the cell itself. Here the growth occurs by increase in the number of organism, increase in the number of cell. So here the number of cells are divided. If there is one cell, mean it is divided into 8, 16 like that, it will 32, 64 like that, it will divide. Increase in cell by cell division. So growth is taken place by the increase in the size. The size of the cell become increased. The size become increased, and then they divided into two. So each organism will develop into single amoeba or paramecium like that. So growth takes place by enlargement of the cell, increase in size of the cell. Here the increase in cell, that is by division. The cell divided into two, and then by division they are enlarging. So this is the difference between the unicellular and multicellular organism. Unicellular organism can perform their activity through single cell. Here it performed by many cell. Then division, as there is many cell, division of labor occur them. Each cell performs different function. With the help of microscope only we are able to see the unicellular organism, but through our naked eye we can see the multicellular organism. The tissue, organ system, everything is absent. Only one cell is there. That too we can call as organelle. Organelle is present, and then that will perform all the activity. Here organ and organ system are there to perform the activity. And then growth, how the growth takes place? By increasing in the size. The size become increased double, and then each cut off from their parent plant, each one develop into different organism. Thus by increasing in their size, the growth takes place. Here increasing in the cell become divided by the cell division and then they perform the growth. So these are the difference between the unicellular and multicellular organism. Next we move on to adaptation. As I said already, the geographical feature and the climatic condition differ from each place. So, in order to survive, what the plant are doing, they are adapting themselves to the particular. They are developing some special features to adapt to the condition. So, that is known as adaptation. Okay, then under this we are going to see about fish. So, how the fish is adapting and then what are the organelles present in what are the parts that is adapted to live in the particular condition. Where do we can find? We can find the fish in water. So, that is known as aquatic organism. Fish is known as aquatic organism, aquatic animal. When we take about the structure of the fish, it consists of the head, trunk and the body. The head and trunk, that is body, trunk is known as body, and then the tail. All are merged, it is head. They are merged together and they form the streamline shape. Okay, when we take about the structure of the fish, it consists of the head, the trunk and the tail. All these merged together and they form the streamline shaped. As the fish is found in the water, it is their body is like a boat. In order to live inside the water, that is known as streamline shape. Boat shaped body is present. Then when we take about fish body is covered by scales. That scales, what they are doing mean, they are giving protection to the body. They are giving protection to the body. And then the fins, gills are there. What is the function for the gills mean? Respiration. Through the gills, the fish can respire. And then the scales, what they are doing? They are protecting, giving protection. And then the fins are there. Tail are the fins. Fins are there. What is their function mean? They are with the help of these fins, they are swimming in water. And then tail fin is there. What is their main function mean? They act as the rudder. What is meant by rudder? In the boat, in the boat we are using some wooden stick. Like that, it is used for changing the direction. For changing the direction, the tail fin is useful. And then gills are there for respiration. So when we take about the fish, it is occupies streamline shape, and then the head, the body or the trunk, tail, everything is fused together, and then it consists of scales which are giving protection to the body, and then with the help of the gills they breathe, with the help of the fin they are swimming, and then with the help of the tail fin they are changing their direction. So this is the adaptation which is found in fishes to live in the aquatic condition. So like this, many animals are adapting the special features. So the rest we will see in the next class. Thank you.